kitty.
All right. So welcome.
Well, you're not supposed to, George.
Welcome back. As I'm gonna try to kill you guys once more.
Fucking good luck.
Try it. I'll just eat more bones and jump on you.
All right. So last time we played, you guys came to Nook and Cranny. Oh no! You guys split up. Rory and Amelia went to Amelia's house, and Pie went to Nook and Cranny. At Amelia's house, you guys met some of Amelia's guards. You guys met her dad, and then you guys met her mother, which came
Interesting character.
which
I
came
love her.
crashing through the window into a large bear hug, twirling her around.
Very much takes after her mom. Amelia does.
And then Amelia started more or less crying to her mother, saying that Casey stole her book. And then Amelia's mother took it one place to another and accused him of brainwashing. So, you guys then went from rooftop to rooftop to get to the Nook and Cranny before you guys decided to climb down from one of the houses. And apparently, Amelia's mother comes through this house several times.
Hey, Sap.
And then you guys made your way to Nook and Cranny. I just realized something. I need my notes.
Where's your notes? On your phone?
ASAP.
ASAP doesn't care. Just
ASAP, sure.
Are you in pain? No, ASAP doesn't care.
Fuck you.
Alright, so, and then you guys got to Nook and Cranny. And then, you guys met up with Pie. And then Casey's, pretty much showed you guys that, the book was at the academy. And then you guys went to the academy, where you met some of
The amazing students.
The shy little thing, and then the
student council
dickish.
They just immediately assume he's a shy little thing.
Yeah, so we got a
Well, he's
drop.
not little, right? He's decent height.
He's taller than Amelia, but like smaller than Baron. So we had a elf, Adrod, A-D-R-O-D. Oops, the 7's not supposed to be there, but whatever. And then we had a human, Baron. And then we also had a human, Grand Mage.
And then the girl that Pie terrified.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't give those a
Just a
name.
side character.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was just like saying.
Yeah, these are the two majors, or the three majors. You guys met the Grandmaster. He cured Amelia of her small curse, and then you guys proceeded to speak to the other students, just to like hang out. Amelia wanted some gems, and then that's when Pi decided to go into the room furthest away, which turned out to be the ritual room, where they practice other rituals. And then he decided to just
Wreak havoc.
Chaos! I want to make this portal.
And it took.
Excuse me, I wanted more friends.
Sure. It took a good amount of people to stop Pi and everything. And then you guys left, because you guys already came what you guys needed. And then Baron, before you guys left, asked Amelia if she will be attending the afternoon classes, and you said yes. But then when you were on your way back home, Pi going to Nook and Cranny, Amelia and Rory going back to Amelia's home, you guys were ambushed by these people wearing dark clothing. They didn't know exactly who they were, but Rory, being as loving as she is,
Sure.
gave them a nice hug. And
Massacred their faces.
you decapitated one, and then I believe one got away, and the other one got thrown through a wall, knocked out.
So he's probably broken.
Yeah, he was pretty brutal. You seen this opportunity, you took Amelia and ran to the Nook and Cranny, which was closer. And this is where we'll pick up. So, Rory and Amelia, you guys are running as fast as you could. Oh, also, you figured out that one of the people, the one that you beheaded in particular, was a tabaxi, like a cat person.
You almost said Khajiit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. But yeah, you guys are running towards Nook and Cranny. You see the large Nook and Cranny building in the distance with the lights still flickering in the windows. You run as fast as you can. You start banging on the door, and then who opens it? You see a human male that you don't necessarily recognize.
Your
But-
thing is really echoey.
Yeah, because Linda's using her headset.
Oh.
It would still be echoey if I used that one too.
It's less echoey if you use that. Anyways, so you guys,
Speaking of echo, I hear an echo of your voice.
yeah, because Linda's using her Apple earphones, which
I'm using my regular headset with my phone.
uh,
It's not my Apple Pods. Fuck
Oh.
you.
it's earphones that has a huge range of pickup for audio.
Yep.
As for that, the headset, that's why I said earphones and headset. The headset is more just for your mouth, which is why you wouldn't hear an echo.
Okay. Just asking. No AMS on it, please.
So yeah, so you guys are running, and you guys are banging on the door. A human male opens the door. He has long brown hair tied into a ponytail. He stands roughly around 6 feet tall. As he looks down on you guys with his hazel eyes, he just, can I help you?
You think I'm covered in blood?
Yeah, but
I mean, he's speaking in common, so like
Yeah.
I don't understand. So I would just think there's obviously a problem.
So we're at the Nook and Cranny, right?
yeah, you guys are at the Nook and Cranny. You guys, you see a human male.
A human male with brown hair. I saw that.
Yeah. And yeah, he's questioning. What?
Anson was there before, right?
No.
No,
Okay.
No.
you would
Trying to
ask
think
for
of what to
K2
say.
or something.
Is Casey here?
Yeah. How do you know her?
Amelia, I need to talk to her now.
All right. Yeah, just come on in.
I just rush in. It's like, Casey!
And then he grabs you by the collar of your shirt and pulls you
I'm
back
just
like,
running still.
stay in the lobby. As he's just holding you there. And then he walks off to go grab Casey. And then Casey comes out of her side of the Nook and Cranny, which is over here. She is wearing sleeping gear, right, like a nice long pajamas, and like her hair is a little bit messed up, especially being woken up. You do see a little bit of bags underneath her eyes, and she's like, "Amelia, what do you want?"
We got ambushed. Luckily, Rory killed them.
That's nice.
I throw in the cat people tried to like do something.
And then her eyes kind of opens up a little bit more, getting adjusted to the light. And then she's like, Rory, is that? And then her eyes her eyes completely opens, and like you see that there's just shock in her face. And she immediately runs up to Rory and just starts patting her down and looks at you, Amelia, and says, "What did you do?"
I need you run! I got ambushed!
Looks like someone ambushed Rory. You seemed unscathed.
And then I'm like, the cat. I killed one of the cat people. Things covered our faces, and I'm not describing this very well.
Yeah.
And there were 3. I broke one, and I took the head off the other one.
Beautiful.
And one got away.
She's just kind of like cannot comprehend what's just happened within just like an hour or so of just you guys going your separate ways. And then she looks at you, Amelia, and she says, "Okay, are you all right?"
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking me second.
And then she's
Like stuffed in a fucking bag. My head.
You sound like you're stuffed in a bag right now.
You kind of do.
It's true.
It's because the mic is in the blanket. Yeah.
Why aren't you at your computer?
Because she's on her period and she feels uncomfortable and she wants to lay in bed.
And that's recorded. Thank you.
Yep.
That's for your fault for asking, George.
Legitimate reason.
I just asked why you weren't at your computer. I didn't need details.
Well, if I said uncomfortable, you said excuses. Excuses, so we have to.
Anyways.
An excuse.
Anyways. So, Rory's, Casey starts leading you into the bathroom to once again wash you up because you are once more covered in blood. And then she'll start asking you questions like, how do these guys look? And once more, you're not explaining it very well because reasons. But she does get the general idea that at least you know that the cat was black and it was a tabaxi. So that's as much information as needed. And then
Yeah.
Amelia, would you like to take a shower?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then
First was under the blanket, second my throat was getting clogged.
okay, so Amelia and Rory taking showers. Pi, what are you doing at this point? You just
I
been
am
in.
sleeping.
You are sleeping. Do you
I am
actually
so sleep.
sleep?
It's more like
Yeah.
meditation.
All right. So Casey would say, okay, yeah, you guys can spend the night here if you feel really unsafe. I mean, I would not want you guys to go back out there again.
I could take him. I was just surprised.
I'm sure you were. And
She went that direction. I don't think so. The door's open. She probably did something in the office.
Looking for my water bottle. Oh, there it is.
all right. So Rory and Amelia, you guys will get escorted to the sleeping room in Area 6. Oh, she left Skype a while. She'll rejoin. Yeah, you guys are here.
Yeah.
Well,
I am playing Dungeons and Dragons. Judge me silently.
What happened? So sorry.
My other cousin walked in the room.
I was like, what are you
I'm in
doing?
the
When
living
it's like this,
room.
when I pick it up, I don't expect it to accidentally press
Okay,
this.
so there's a group of people on my computer that I'm talking to, and we are all playing a game together.
I know it's strange. It's called friendship.
Yeah, it's the
Sure.
whole thing.
If you call
Dungeons and
severing
Dragons.
heads and stabbing people friendship.
Create characters and like.
No, I get it. But once you just talk to each other on the computer, like any other game,
Yeah.
Leron?
Yeah.
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 Hi, Steven.
Leon says hi.
Oh, that's Leon.
Leon's one of them, yeah.
You're not your
I don't know who you are, but
No,
hello.
I don't have the camera on. No, they see you all naked. They all see you naked.
Hello.
Tell him.
Oh, this is recorded.
Tell him I said do a nice spin.
Do a nice spin.
Nah.
Yeah, Leon's boyfriend wanted you to do the pee-pee dance.
I'm not gonna edit this. I am not gonna edit this. It's too much work. Anyways, so Casey leads you guys to the large room with several beds on the inside. You guys would see that there are more members in this room actually sleeping as well. This is surprisingly to you, Amelia, who's come here quite frequently looking for gems, but now seeing so many people just sleeping on these beds, you're like, huh, they actually are up to use.
Huh, there's people here.
Any of them actually big enough for me?
What was that?
Are any of them actually big enough for me?
Yeah. They're decent size. I mean, like, not for your tail probably, but the
Well,
good
yeah,
majority,
but I don't
yeah.
expect that.
Yeah.
Lay down with me, cat.
Thought you were talking to me, and I was all like, "Yes, I'll cuddle with Amelia."
I probably would want to too anyway.
After what she just saw, yeah. You'll protect me, I know it.
Senpai, hold me.
So yeah, I'll just say you guys slept in the same bed. Casey tucks you guys in and then just pats you guys on the forehead. And then as she walks away, she's just like, "Oh no, your mother's gonna kill me."
You should probably send a notice to the thing, if at all possible.
What was that? I completely missed that.
She said that we probably should send a notice to the city.
Her parents,
Oh, yes.
Amelia's parents, because even Rory in her non-human speaking ways can tell that her parents are terrified.
Especially her dad.
And then Casey was like, it's already really late, and the fact that you guys got ambushed, I don't really want to put anyone else in danger, so it'll just be safer to be like this. Amelia, so long as you can
Can't
explain.
use magic or nothing?
We don't have too many magicians in this guild. So
Weird, George.
Amelia, when your mother and father gets here, if you can explain to them kindly that I did not kidnap you, that you guys came to my doorstep and pleaded to come inside, I will be most grateful. Not to
You still
feel
owe me a gem.
the thunderous wrath of your parents.
You still owe me a gem.
No, I promised you the biggest gem in our vault, and there wasn't any. So
No, you still owe me a gem.
Yeah, but she also like spared you guys from the wrath of the what you call it. The what was that race called again? The one guy that came looking for engine.
the tiefling.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Amelia saved all our butts because she gave him her like biggest ruby or something like that.
Well, we'll talk about it in the morning. Just please tell your parents that I didn't kidnap you. And for the love of God, I didn't brainwash you.
Yeah, Amelia doesn't need help with that. I think her mind is too strong for that.
I forgot what
Her
I
love
named
for
your parents. I have to go back and see. But yeah.
Just ask Amelia what her parents' name are.
I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys will eventually drift off into sleep. Some of you harder than others because obviously just coming through this traumatic experience. But the morning comes, and it is a little bit more bustling in this guild, as you guys can clearly hear the clanking of pots and pans, spoons and forks, just being smacked together. You guys will smell a. Let me roll very quick. See how this smells. You smell something like a little bit horrid. There's a sense of fish, possibly. In the room next to you guys. Anyone who wants to investigate will go and do so, but you guys would hear a little bit of singing in the next room as well, in the same room, which you presume to be is the kitchen. I believe you guys went through and saw all this. So what are you guys doing?
I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go investigate the smell.
I think I'm supposed to be still asleep. What time is it in the day?
Roughly around this time, it's about 7 a.m.
Yeah, I'm still asleep.
And
Jesus
Pi,
Christ,
what about you?
There was a smell of food. Where do you think I am?
Okay, you're already there.
I'm there. I'm
Like, yeah, I'm already there, fucker.
So Rory, as you walk in, you would see
I'm hungry too. I'm going to investigate my smell.
you would see about
Steal it.
They can hear you, by the way.
yeah, we
Good.
can.
I hope they hear my sarcasm.
You're horrible. It's like,
You see about 8 people. Ugh, excuse me. About
Like,
8 people,
That's
not including Pi. But yeah, you see about 8 people, one of which is Casey, and 7 others. You see
I was
that,
listening to burp on the microphone. Get out of here with your farts.
get out of here with your
Sorry.
phone.
so yeah, you would see that there is one male, black hair, green eyes, that is cooking, and he seems to be just stressed.
Where are we?
Uh,
I got the map.
You're sleeping.
I know, but where are they?
You
Where,
are
where is the kitchen?
okay. So
You're in it. I'm
Shut up, Steven!
kidding. I'm kidding with you. It was just that one will...
So they're right there, okay, with the AS?
yeah.
Okay.
So that's what you guys are. You guys just, or you're sleeping. George,
Yes,
George,
they all
George is
laugh.
there.
Oh, that's good.
And then yeah, you see that this guy is struggling to make food, and you see that the others are like, come on, man, we're hungry, you gotta give us something. And he's like, this is my first time, okay, I'm doing my best. And like, come on, everyone's done it, it's your turn, you're gonna have to do this eventually, so why haven't you practiced? And he's like,
I feel.
yeah. And then yeah, he is definitely stressed, but you can see that they're just giving him a hard time. They will eat anything that they give. And then he starts walking around with plates filled with this again.
Oh, I thought you said plates of failure.
No. Well, you would see this black fish again.
Oh no.
Yeah, you don't know exactly what it is, but it's smothered with this this green, almost slime-like liquid, not pie.
Oh god.
And you do see some like red and some yellow herbs on it, but then next to it you would see this a pile of what seems to be brown rice, and he kind of just passes it to everyone, and then he realized that Rory has entered the kitchen, and he's just like, oh, there's more.
I just sort of look at him inquisitively, look at the food that he's cooking, and look at him.
So
Like,
looking at his workstation, the funny thing is that where most of the people are sitting at the tables with their spoons and forks, Pi is standing right next to the table, and you see that this man is just kind of chucking the garbage, or like the parts that he's not using, into Pi.
smooth. That's smart.
Yep.
It's a portable decomposer.
I figured Pi would love this.
Yes.
So he takes out another fish and starts making your food if you choose to wait. But it's your call if you even understand what he's doing.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll just kind of like sit there expectantly because I think I'm starting to get kind of used to like what humans or human-like creatures are doing. So I kind of get that he's in the process of making it because of when we went to the carnival and watching Amelia get food.
Yeah. So and then you would see who would it be? Okay. You would see a dwarf stand up on the table, and then we'll start pouring this jug, filling up other people's mugs with water. Looking on the inside, the water just seems to be flowing out of nothingness. Like you don't see water in there, but nonetheless water is still flowing out, and as he's just kind of like laughing and chuckling, pouring it all in there. And then sometimes you see that he splashes it in people's faces, and then like they get kind of mad and they chuck like some rice at him, but then it just seems to be having fun.
Wait, so he's like splashing it at me?
No, at other people. Just like
okay.
Every so often he would just like jitter just like a bit, just like splash them a little bit, and they get mad and they throw rice at him, and then it's just having a little bit of play fun. And then shortly your food will come to you, and then he says something to you that you don't understand, in which Casey would reply that he hopes you enjoy it, as a spoon and fork is already in your fish, and then you're going to eat it. I need you to roll a d4.
Oh, great.
A d4. So /R space 1d4.
I took my bath for the day.
Did I do that right?
No, you don't put a space between the 1 and the d4.
Okay.
Yeah.
God,
Shut up.
Stop, don't get me sick.
All right. You would take 3 points of poison damage
oh God.
as the food tastes horrible.
That means he has to get a hold
So at
Oh.
this moment, I just want to make this clear. I would like to be going underneath the table, so if anybody's tossing their plate underneath the table.
Wow, that's good thinking.
Okay.
I think the pain is notable on my face.
Yeah.
And I start to cry a little bit.
And-
'Cause, like, I feel like I didn't do anything bad.
And
I don't know why he's hurting me.
and you look at Keisu, and you can see that there's like a tear running down her eye as she gives you like this broken smile as she continues to eat the fish. And then she just kind of nods at you, and she says once she's done chewing that just make sure that he's happy. Just smile.
Smile.
I brush the tears off my face. I scarf down the food as fast as I can, and then I look him in the eyes and smile.
And
I try to purr, but it doesn't come out kind of right. But you can tell I'm trying to be friendly.
yeah. And then
Poor boy.
yeah. So once that's over, you see that everyone's just having a jolly good time, and then they all meet up in the lobby, which you guys all accumulate to. It's 8 o'clock now. Are you gonna wake up, Amelia?
Sure.
Okay, so you wake up. You hear a bunch of people talking in the lobby. Do you make your way there?
Yep.
Okay.
Because I'm hungry.
Okay, you make your way to the lobby. There's no food to be found.
Oh yeah.
So you make your way to the lobby, and then you see that they're just staring at this cork board with several pieces of paper attached to it via pens. It seems to be making a map of some sorts, and then they start splitting up into like groups of like 2s and 3s,
Mm.
and then one by one they start spinning a compass, and then they point in that direction, and they head out the door.
Oh, mission, I guess.
One by one they leave, or group
I-
by group they leave.
I guess I look at the thingy too.
It's it's a map.
It's a map.
It's getting there. It has some work that needs to be done, but yeah, it's a map.
So like yours in the room.
Mm-hmm. Flipping through some of the pages, you realize that when flipping to the underside of the page, it's you can assume that it's kind of like there might be a cave underneath this part of the map. So they do have like intricate ways to detail things, but like some lines don't match up, and then like others overlap one another, and like a cumulative of different handwritings and different languages. It is just a mess, but it seems to somewhat work. And then Casey would say, "Oh, Amelia, you're here. Would you like some food?"
Yes. I'm hungry. Please.
I think I'm laying on Casey at this point because everybody's just sitting around socializing, right?
Yeah, some of them were socializing, but
I'm cuddling with Casey, recovering from the poison.
Yeah, most of them are starting to leave the Nook and Cranny, presumably on their mission. But yeah, you see that Rory has her arm over Casey's shoulder, like kind of like covering her mouth. Yeah. And Casey would say, "Well, we did have food. I think I might make another batch." So
See a fat slime in the corner of the room.
Like all of the, like you just see like the
Double
creases
creases.
floating around.
yeah, you see some like grease on top of pie, just like slithering off the slime.
All I see if he had a mouth would be just a chubby smile.
Probably, yeah.
Adorable.
And then like you do see some like silverware and some plates in him, but what you do see is bones of fishes and deteriorating herbs and other means.
I'm just like, well, looks like Pie's having fun.
Wiggles lazily.
So fast. Glug.
Yeah.
My Wiggles make sounds now.
So Casey hops into the kitchen and then she starts looking for like different pieces of ingredients to start making Rory a decent food and Amelia her breakfast. And yeah, she cracks some eggs, right? Takes out some meat, mixes it all together, makes like a nice meat and cheese omelet, and it gives it to you guys to eat. And then this doesn't heal you, Rory, but it tastes like
it smells much better. I'm clearly, at least my mood is much happier.
Yeah. And then yeah, so you guys have eat. You guys are now fed, right? And then you guys will hear a large banging at the door. Doom, 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 doom. And then you guys are kind of confused, but you guys are still continue eating. And then you guys will hear some talking in the background. And then the door to the kitchen will open, and you would see Amelia's father come in. And he's like, "Oh, thank God you're okay. Where have you been? You were gone all night. I was worried sick about you."
Someone was trying to kill us.
What?
That is the worst thing you possibly could have said there.
I know.
You could have immediately like turned to me or to
Yep.
And then he immediately goes to Keisu and says, "What did you do? What did you have my daughter do? Why was she almost killed?" And he just starts bombarding her with these questions. And Keisu, holding the frying pan in her hand, she looks at the pan, looks at him, looks back at the pan, starts raising it up, and then she just shakes her head.
Like Keisu.
Yeah, she just shakes her head and just tosses it into the sink. And then she's like, "Your daughter came to the Nook and Cranny in the middle of the night to have a sleepover."
Wow.
And then he looks at her and says, "My daughter would never lie to me."
I don't like that Keisu's being threatened. I'm like gonna start like walking up behind her and like holding my arms around her and kind of like not glaring at him, but kind of like
Yeah,
I just go up to my dad and tell him the whole story.
and then he then looks at Keisu and says, "Why didn't you do anything about this? My daughter could have been killed."
And I just look at her and shrugs like, I tried. I just walk away.
And then she's like, "Mr. Sorrows, sir, I didn't know she almost died until she came to the Nook and Cranny. I had nothing to do with it. If anything, after they told me they almost died, I gave them shelter."
It's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, but then, this interaction goes back and forth, Keisu defending her as Amelia's father, just kind of, just bombarding her with these questions, interrogating her. But then in the end, Keisu ends up, is obviously innocent. So she gets let go, and then she starts your father grabs you by the arm and says, "Come on, we have to get you to school."
But I don't want to.
And he's like, "We are paying good money for this school, Amelia. You are going. You missed last night."
But I want
Because
to
she'll
try to kill me.
Well, if you attended school last night, Grandmaster Rohan would have not sent me a message saying that you are late, you are tardy, you have been absent for the 5th time this week, Amelia.
How does a
It's not
blind
my
man know
fault.
this?
How's it, Amelia?
Can I still understand what Amelia is saying? Is she still wearing the charm?
Yeah, she is. So you
I
understand.
can tell
everything
she's
saying.
leaving, so I want to like go back over to her and I'm like holding her hand.
And
Can Rory come?
if it means
No, yeah.
means you go to school, then yes.
Okay. Bye, Keisha.
And then as you're leaving, Pi, this was an interesting interaction. You being able to understand some common.
Oh no, I understand common perfectly.
Yeah. So as Rory and Amelia are leaving, you glance back at Keisu and Amelia's father, and you see both of their faces, who were once arguing before, are now sharing a similar face of just confusion.
Wait, who?
Your father and Keisu. as you're like, "Can Rory come?" "Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll go." And then... yeah.
So I'm gonna roll after the two of them and stay with them.
Okay.
I'm going back to the school.
Fuck is this?
Yeah. So you guys are walking back to the school. Oh, I forgot to make the other floors.
The fuck out.
Yeah. So you guys get here, and then Amelia, you present your documents saying that you are a student and these two are under your supervision.
Kind of.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. Yeah. Whatever. And then you guys go on inside, and then you would see that class has already started. You would see Baron sitting at the desks, as other students are also sitting at the desk, but Adrad is nowhere to be found.
I wave to Baron.
He's looking forward through the class. Well, so you guys are in the back of the class at the moment.
So he can't see me. Okay.
So wait, where is he?
He's the A.
Blue A or A?
Blue A.
Okay.
And he's facing which way?
To the right.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. I get where we are now.
Oh, you guys are lag. Ha!
Mm.
Yep. And you would see your professor of the morning shift, or at least the early, standing in front. He is a human man with brown eyes and a little like ocean blue, like very deep ocean blue hair. He's roughly like he's still fairly young, roughly around like 26, 25-ish. As he sees you walk in, and he's like, "Oh, Amelia, thank you for finally joining us again. For finally joining us."
Eh.
So we can see the whole room from where we are, right?
Yeah, you guys see that a good majority of the desks are filled.
I want you to highlight the one that froze me.
Highlight the one that froze you. Let's see. You guys came in around. She is.
Did you see the
Yeah.
scissors eyes?
She is not here.
All right. I go searching.
George.
Pick a random room and put me in it. I'm gonna search.
There's
I
an
feel bad for
upstairs.
this school.
There's an upstairs.
Hey, you didn't go upstairs last time.
Yeah,
I
but
did
you guys would see the stairs as you guys are entering. You guys would enter through here. You guys would see the stairs, and you guys continue forward. But
Last place I seen it was the alchemy room. I'm gonna walk that way.
okay, so you start walking through the class.
This poor girl.
Just this blob going.
No, the
through
girl's
there.
gone. She's probably an afternoon student.
Yeah, so you start walking through the class as the teacher just kind of stares at you. Actually,
Yeah.
hold on. T for teacher. He's just kind of staring at you as you are walking through, and then you reach the ritual door, and then he turns around and he says, excuse me, we're in the middle of class."
What the fuck?
Hey, continue to
And then he looks back at you, Amelia, who's already taken a seat next with Rory next to you, and he's like, "I presume he's your friend?
Yep.
Can you call him back? Or do you at least know what he's doing? This is completely absurd." And then George, by this point, you just kind of made your way through the door, and he's like, "Hey!" And then he follows you in there. This K's not
I
here.
feel like at this point, Baron's like half like smacking his face into the desk. Like, why? Why does this always have to happen?
Yeah. No. Giving a look at Baron, you see that he's just taking notes. He's just taking notes.
What?
Yeah, it's like if you want to try to read him, make an insight check. Otherwise, yeah.
Okay, how do I do that?
/R 1d20. No space between the one. /R space.
I
1d20.
remembered this time.
Mhm.
Okay. Shut up. I am blind. I hope.
I should probably open Pi and see what the skills are.
That's Amelia. Rory. Insight. +1, so 13. So you get the general idea that he expects you guys to act a certain way.
What, Baron?
Yeah. So like
If
all
he
of
knows
this,
Amelia, he should know
Yeah,
that's
like-
not
like-
gonna happen.
no, like all of this is to
Oh,
be
oh.
expected.
You, because what you're the shit.
So
Ow! Why did you grab my tit?
so Pi, as you damn, that shit's loud. So
What, my cousins?
yeah. So Pi, as you get in there, you do see that nothing is being used. You do see some ritual circles on the ground, and once more you see a bunch of herbs and a bunch of things on the shelves along the wall. In which case the teacher would come in and be like, "I'm going to have to ask you to leave now."
I go liquidy, just like I'm sleeping, just bleh.
You go.
Fire.
You just-
Like you flatten it into like a puddle?
Yes.
This defense mechanism.
Defense matrix activate.
I'm gonna try a performance check and see if I can pretend to be asleep.
That would be a deception.
Deception.
Yeah.
Deception.
Oh, okay. Deception.
Deception.
If Adra's not here, how come there's an A there?
Oh, because I'm too lazy to move it.
Oh, okay.
1d20 plus 3. Oh shit. Do I have to put a space between plus 3?
No, it's just 1d20 or /R 1d20 space.
Oh, that's what I'm messing up. Yeah.
Or
/R.
/R space 1d20.
/R
/R
1d20
space 1d20.
There you go. 14 plus 3.
So that's a 17. Then he has to. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at my spells to see if he could do anything.
I was being followed. My natural reaction is play dead.
Yep. So.
Well,
Okay.
sleep.
So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Go up.
God damn.
So.
4.
So you pretending to be asleep or dead, start to levitate as he circles around you and starts pushing you outside.
I stretch to cover the door.
Such a determined and troublesome slime.
I know the last place I seen my equipment was in here, and by equipment I mean her.
In that case, I need you. He's going to spend another spell. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on! I swear to God, if he paralyzes me. Dexterity?
16. Nope.
Is this Baron doing this?
Huh?
No, it's the teacher.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
teacher.
okay.
So,
Baron's just like doing notes.
yeah, you guys, on the outside, you guys would see Pi stretched himself out to fit the door, and then in a brief moment of silence, as everyone's kind of like laughing and looking, you guys would hear a large thunderous as this teacher casts Thunder Wave, pushing Pi 15 feet through the door.
Full pie.
Splattering across the desk. I'm not going to put you on the desk. So.
Okay.
So.
Oh, it's like, at least I came to school today.
Yeah. He will then cast one more spell while you're on the ground. Make a wisdom saving
Don't you
throw.
fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it.
Come on, George, you can do it.
I swear to God, if he paralyzes me.
Wisdom saving throw, George.
God, you.
Ah!
I mean,
So,
That's 23.
Being used to this incantation, hearing it before, you know this man is casting Hold Person, and you immediately sharpen your mind as you hear his words seeking into your mind, and you thrush it out. And then the teacher would say, "Huh, that's interesting. Do you wish to do anything?"
I'm gonna sit next to the desk though.
You're just gonna plop a seat next to the desk.
Yep. I know when I'm beaten.
I know.
Which ones?
I can't go another 20 roll.
Okay. So yeah, you plop a seat, and then he looks over at you, and he seems somewhat intrigued that you managed to subdue this. So he will then cast another spell. In which case,
I just wanted to be a
Rude.
yeah. In which case, I need you to make another Wisdom saving throw.
Good luck, George.
Ha! +3, it's 21.
Nice.
Yeah. So he is very interested about this, and then he looks over at Amelia, and he's like, "Where did you find this person?"
Where did I find him? Again.
You found him by the
Where
way.
you
Down is
found me.
thing. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, okay. I found him at the lake.
Accurate description.
Mm.
Wait, no, he came up at the cave. He was still watching us at the lake.
Oh. Okay.
Oh right, whatever. So yeah, you give him the description, and then he's like, "Huh, that's very interesting." And then he looks over at you, George, and he's like, "Can you understand common?" It's always like this. Whoops.
I have 2 ways to answer that. Just wobbles. Just wobbles.
And then he will say, "Wobble once for yes, 2 for no."
Wobble once. But the ripples make it hard to determine was it once or twice.
Oh, wow.
But I still answered, so I guess he gets the gist.
So then he snaps his fingers. All right, class. Today we're going to be studying this.
I knew that was coming.
So I'm just gonna roll a d20s. Okay.
Who will study this?
So about 6 hours, the whole class just like takes turn discussing like the whereabouts and how you came to be. They all understand that yes, you are a slime, but a slime with intellect, which is unheard of in these parts. And then they start like testing things, and they start like dropping some liquids into you, some solids into you, see how they react in certain ways. And
I'm enjoying the free food.
yeah, you do understand that some of them are actual potions. One of them was a small drip of potion of healing, so you can understand it. With a single drip, you can understand what potion it is. Another one is a potion of haste, and then a final one, which is a potion, and it was an acid vial. A potion.
Oh, no.
Yeah, which actually had acid in it, but it didn't deal enough damage to actually deal damage to you. But you felt the stings, and you can understand this, and then they were more intrigued by it. And then, like, the several different foods. It was just mostly other herbs and other medicinal items. So throughout the whole day, they came to the conclusion that you have taken an intelligence potion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is anybody curious and give me another one?
No.
Damn.
After they figured out, because they realized this by putting in the different components of the potion itself, not the actual potion, but the materials to make the potion. And the thing that stood out to them was that it dissolved slower within you, meaning that you've already consumed some, and in which case your body is more interested in the newer things. Yeah. So everyone now knows that Pi was a slime that now has intelligence.
By the way, Amelia, I just made this entire class about me, so there is no homework. You're welcome.
Well, we don't know that. I mean, Amelia probably will get the take-home project.
Study this thing. Don't come back to a
Yeah.
week.
And then after the whole 6 hours of just studying Pi,
Poop pie.
the teacher.
Damn.
Yeah, the
I'm
teacher.
probably bored as fuck. I probably started wandering around and looking at books. Because I can't understand nobody. Everybody's speaking common, right?
Yeah. So if you want, you can make a investigation check to try to find a book that you can read, or at least a book that's interesting.
Yeah.
Teacher book.
It's a D20, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Okay. So remembering there is upstairs. You didn't really explore much, but yeah, why not? So you go upstairs, just one floor. You don't want to be too far away from Amelia.
Yeah. Don't trust nothing.
Yeah, you find their library, or yeah, Rory doesn't know what a library is, but you do see
I think
hundreds and thousands of books. Some books are flying from one side of the bookshelf to the other. Some of them are being pulled down to the students that want to read them.
It's Harry Potter all over.
It's a magical school.
I know.
And then you just start looking around. You're like, yeah, let's start here. Can't read. What? This one looks interesting. It's a picture book. You start looking into it, and then yeah, okay. You see a bunch of characters being held together, holding each one another, and then you flip another page, and it's like, oh, that's a monster. That is, and then you keep flipping through, and then yeah, you just find that this seems to be just an illustration of different creatures and other humans or humanoids. So it didn't bring too much interest to you, so you continue going, and then you find a book that is written in Draconic. You open that book up, or you look at the front page, and it says Tieflings and All You Need to Know in Draconic. Written by Tiberius Stormwind.
Oh god. Oh no. Oh no.
What?
Flipping, you open the book up, right, and feeling it feels more like a journal, like a personal journal, but it was copied onto a book, because like looking at the different pages and everything, you do see that there are some texts, and then followed by pictures. You would see this. You would see in black and white, this humanoid creature with horns, 2 horns protruding from his skull, with a long tail, as his mouth seems to be full, like
My poor baby.
and you see that
see.
you see that he has a chicken leg in his hand, and he's just kind of giving the author or whomever was drawing him this death glare. and then you'd see reading in Draconic that this tiefling loves to consume heavy doses of meat per day.
If you don't know, this is my character in another.
Yeah.
I guessed this much when you were like, my baby.
Yeah.
My baby.
And then yeah, you can see that he's a pretty built character. Like, whoa, man, like you might chase him. because of how built
I'll
he
show
is.
you. Oh, yeah,
you being,
I'll send you a picture.
You being more of an animalistic person, you tend to go for the alpha males, and this guy is definitely an alpha male.
Ooh, yeah. I love him.
And then
Is it possible to like check out this book?
you don't know.
Take it.
And
I
then
just take it.
yeah, and
Take
then
it back with me to Amelia.
okay. Okay, so you take it back down, and then by the time you get back down, you would see that they're still testing they're still testing on Pi.
I'm sending it to you.
Yeah, because you did this during the
Doing
whole
it
thing.
on, like my phone, right? Because I won't be able to see it in the chat.
Oh, I'll send it in
I don't-
Skype.
So
Oh no, this is fine.
Okay.
so Rory brings Amelia a book, right?
Ooh!
And then she just yeah.
Oh my!
And she's just kind of like waving it in your head, like, you know, trying to get your attention. Well, what are you doing, Amelia?
Oh, she's showing me the book.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do you have a book?
And then I show her the picture.
So
Show her the picture. I'm like pointing at it and I'm like smiling and like nodding and like.
so Rory opens the book and starts like smiling and nodding and like flipping through, and then she's like reading the words like she is saying it out loud, and you know, and she's reading it in Draconic, which is something you don't understand, but you can understand that she's reading it. And then looking at the book, you see that she's flipping through. You just see a tiefling, you know, just whatever. And it's not a gem, but the part that creeps you out, the most, is you see this tiefling sleeping in a bed.
What?
No. On one of the pages, you see that this person drew this tiefling sleeping in bed, and he is just starfished across this bread.
Stop. Oh yeah, he's naked, isn't he?
Yeah. He is completely nude in the bed.
I just pushed the book away from my face.
So at this moment, I'm gonna embarrass both of them.
Well, no,
I'm
you're
gonna
still.
look at-
No, this is during the part where
What's
everyone's
Baron doing? Since I can
testing
tell
things
that
on you.
Amelia's not listening and
No,
she doesn't understand.
Yeah. Baron looks up at the class who most of them has crowded around Pi at this point, and then he flips. He has a book in front of him. He flips open the book and he starts looking through the book, and then just looks at the book, looks at the page, starts writing notes again. Just keeps going back and forth.
I'm gonna go over to him and start asking him about like what's tiefling, like what is like, are there more books that I can read, and like, cause like I'm
And I
excited
just
that I'm like I'm learning new things, and like I mean, I'm not just excited about the body. I'm excited about like thing I can read. I want to read more things. Like, come on, I'm a curious animal.
So he says to you in Draconic, tieflings are like us, you know, just people. You'll find them roaming around and everything. I don't know much about tieflings, but I do know some tieflings. If you want to read more, yeah, nothing's stopping you. But the books cannot leave this building.
I was clearly disheartened.
Unless you have permission.
How do I get the permission?
You talk to the bookkeeper, which is upstairs in the library, which I presume you found this book in. And he looks at the book and he's like, oh, Tiberius. He writes a lot of books.
He's a creepy ass motherfucker.
We have several of his books. He comes back every so often with newfound information. And he looks at this book and he's like, yeah, this... Not a lot of people read this book, but if you want to read it, by all means, continue. This just tells you the life of this tiefling for some reason.
Skip to the end.
I'm so fascinated by Xuxo.
So yeah, so if you wanna get a book, you have to talk to the bookkeeper. The book cannot leave this building unless permitted by the bookkeeper. But if you could read so long as you want while you're in the building.
I run back upstairs to go talk to the bookkeeper.
Okay, so you run upstairs. You run back upstairs, and you see several people. He said a bookkeeper, but he didn't really define who that was. You would see, a bunch of other students reading books. You instinctively go to each one of them and start asking if they're the bookkeeper, but most of them just kind of look at you.
How do you spell tiefling?
Tiefling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they look at you in confusion because they can't understand you for some. And then one of them pulls out one of his books, flips to a page where you would see a circle drawn on it with some materials dressed across it. As he puts his hand over, he lights up, and then he takes a deep breath, and then he starts speaking to you. Yeah, he starts speaking to you. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't understand you. I had to cast a spell so I can speak and understand what you were asking.
Where is the bookkeeper? I want this book.
The bookkeeper is found at his desk, mostly. Sometimes he's against the aisles. He's an orcish man. You can tell by the tusks in his face. He's purple, and he's dressed with a nice long blue coat. Robe. I said cope. So you just go look for this guy.
I say thank you. I'm polite.
Okay, you say thank you and you walk away, and he's like, "Yeah, it's good meeting." And as you just kind of walk away.
Yeah, I'm just already gone.
You eventually find this orcish man who was in the aisles looking through some of the books and reorganizing them because students. And then he sees you walking up to him, and then he's like, says in common, but you can't understand.
I kind of just go. I speak in Draconic because I was like at lost hope. Like I want this book.
And then you start speaking, and then he puts a finger in the air, and then
stop.
And then he looks around, and then he pretty much gestures you to follow him. And then
I follow.
You do so, and then he leads you to another aisle where he pulls a book, and then you could see on the book the basics of Draconic. And he flips it open, and then he
takes some ibuprofen or something.
So he
or
flips
Dayquil. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm listening now.
Okay. So he flips the book open, which had the basics of Draconic. And then he gestures you to speak again, and then you say the words. And it takes him a moment to put it all together.
I don't know.
And then he takes out a piece of paper and starts writing. Wait, sorry. I'm sorry. What did you ask for again?
I want the book.
Oh, you want the book. Okay, so he writes. And it's in broken Draconic. So you read.
I found it.
What person are you?
Amelia's friend.
Help me.
Are you saying Gem or Amelia?
Gem, I guess. Well, do I know her name's Amelia?
Yeah,
I mean, I
do,
understand.
yeah, you do know
No,
her name's Amelia.
I'll say Gem, and when he's confused, then I'll correct myself and say Amelia.
Okay. So then he writes, "Need Amelia."
Okay. I run back downstairs. Just
You run
go
back
pick
downstairs.
up Amelia, carry her back
Yeah.
up the stairs.
Bro, what the
So as you get downstairs, you would see that they're done tinkering with Pi. Pi just kind of like fat again, with all the things stuffed into him. As you just scoop Amelia into your arms and you just start rushing upstairs. Pi, do you want to do anything?
I just imagine her like picking up a cardboard cutout of me version and running up.
Pi, would you like to do anything?
Yeah, I just like imagine me like picking you up over my shoulder and then running back upstairs.
You guys just hear. So Rory rushes you upstairs to bookkeeper Thoden. Thoden. And then he looks at you, Amelia, and he says, "Your friend here will want this book, but I need to see your credentials in order to give it to her."
I just give him a card, I guess.
Yeah, takes your card and it puts his hand over it as it lights up, and he identifies that it is a legit. It ain't no copy. And then he seems to put his finger on your card, which seems to scar it a little bit. You do smell some sizzling, and you smell some burning, and you hear some sizzling. And he hands it back to you, and then you understand this as you have rented a book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now Rory has this book.
I tell us that I don't ruin it. You could take it home with us.
Yay!
And then Thalden says, "Wait, she can understand you?"
Necklace. Well, the bell. It's the bell, right?
It's the bell.
Yeah, isn't it still a color? Because she said she liked it that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's more convenient.
Yeah, but to be specific, it's the bell that does the enchantment. So she wanted to correct herself. It's not the necklace, it's the bell, actually.
Mm. Yeah, and the baritone.
And he's like, okay, well, please do not destroy it. You will be held accountable, Amelia.
I tell her this, I tell Rory this.
I just nod emphatically, like I'm clearly excited about it and have been like very careful with it.
And then he would say, "Only one book.
Have fun."
Only one book may leave the building per student." Yeah, so only one book can leave per student. So you can have multiple books leaving. Yeah, just making sure that he just wanted to make sure you know because he's the bookkeeper. And then yeah, you guys would do whatever you guys want.
How long is class? Like, is class still going on?
No. So when you came down to pick up Amelia, the class was over. That was the whole 6 hours. It took you a while to find a good book. Yeah. So you guys will eventually meet back up. Pi, Amelia, and Rory. What would you guys like to do?
Well, before I leave, I send a message to the teacher, or I cast message, and I go, "I had fun. Thank you for food. Bye."
Aww.
So as you're leaving out the door, you look back at the teacher and you send him this message, and then he looks up into the air, and then his eyes widens as he looks at you, as you just kind of wiggle and you leave.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you leave. And then is everyone leaving with Pi? Right?
I follow wherever
I
Amelia's
don't
going.
know what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So as you guys are leaving with Pi,
What?
you guys would see coming in from the gates is your elvish friend Adrad. He seems a little bit worse for wear. I mean, like he has a little bit of bags underneath his eyes, and he's very very weak and fragile, but weaker than normal. As he kind of goes through the gates, and he's like, hey guys.
I know.
You guys have a fun time at class?
That's what we watched on Big Bang Theory. Daddy, go stay with Daddy. That's what's on Big Bang Theory.
My cousins are judging me.
So where I'm about to go drive.
They're not cool enough to play with us. Okay, so
Well.
stop now.
Yeah, we sit in the front seats because we're cool.
Mm.
So yeah,
Woo.
so once more, you guys would see Adrad walking in from the gates. Again, a little bit worse for wear. He has bags underneath his eyes, and he's a little bit slouchier than he was normally. And he seems a lot weaker than the last time you guys
Did
saw him.
he understand me?
Uh,
I don't remember.
No,
I remember
it was
Baron did.
Baron. It was Baron. Yeah, it was Baron.
I'm gonna wave to him anyway.
Yeah.
Speak.
He kind of waves back, and yeah, he said, "Did you have fun at class?"
I just hold out a book.
Well, you don't understand that, but yeah, you hold up the book. Amelia, you
I'm
doing
just
anything?
excited about it. I don't even care what he's
So
saying.
we're out of the building
Yeah.
and we're walking back to Nook and Cranny, right?
You guys are
Oh my-
walking wherever you guys want. I just said you guys left the building.
Oh.
And then you guys see Adrad, and he's asking you guys if you guys had fun in class. And again, he looks really tired.
It was different. We examined pie.
Oh. That's, huh. Teachers don't normally do that. When given a chance, do you mind if... Well, would you mind if I studied pie?
I mean, sure, I don't mind. As long as you give him stuff to eat, he'll be fine.
And then he fiddles with his pockets, and he's like, "Oh, if I knew that, I would have brought something.
Anything.
Do you
Really.
want to come to the market with me so that I can buy him some food?"
Sure, why not?
Why is he so tired?
No one's asked.
I was gonna ask you, I was like,
want to
dude,
ask.
are you okay?
So did you ask him that?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys are walking, Amelia just looks at Andrade, is like, "Dude, are you okay?" And he's like, yeah, you know, just late night studying. It's fine. It's whatever." As you guys are walking towards the market district.
You gotta take a break sometime.
Yeah, I take breaks when I sleep, and then I wake up and study some more.
Doesn't count.
I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I do get better grades than you.
But you look like you're dying.
And yeah, he does do like a little bit of a cough. And he's like,
It's like he's dying.
He just looks really tired, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
Yeah, he looks very tired. Bags underneath his eyes. He's slouching a lot more than he did before, and yeah, he's just.
He looks like he's dying.
But he does not look any paler. He's just tired. And then yeah, you guys walk him through the market, and then he goes to the first market person that he sees, which you guys would see is like a humanoid bird. You know,
Wait,
Hey,
what?
Sadie.
a humanoid bird.
Oh, at the marketplace?
Yeah, at the marketplace.
Sadie. Sadie, I see you. Sadie! Sorry. My cousins just left and the dogs are all very needy. And the big pit bull will try to break the gate. So.
So he walks up to this kenku, which is what they're called. This kenku has a very flamboyant shapes of colors of feathers.
Kenku? This is the board, right?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
bird folk. And then he walks up to this kenku and he's like, so I was wondering how much would it be for some of your apples. And then the kenku kind of like cocks his head and then looks back at Adrad and says, "Apples, 20 gold." And
I didn't speak like that. That's weird.
Wait, what?
so Adrad asks how much were the apples, and then the bird replies with, "Apples, 20 gold."
Oh, okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like fumbles with his bags and then pulls out a small coin pouch, and then he looks through it and he's like, "How much can I get with 2 gold?" And then the kenku kind of like cocks its head ever so slightly in curiosity as it peeks into the bag and is like, 2 gold, 2 apples. And he's like, I'll take that. And he hands it
Jesus
to
Christ, I'm so looking at both of them. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I'm uncomfortable.
And then the Kenku replies with, I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. I get it. I get it.
And and then he gets 2 apples, and he just kind of chucks it into pie, and he sits down and then he starts examining pie. He sits down crisscross in the middle of the marketplace and just starts examining pie, like seeing how fast it dissolves and everything. Kind of times everything.
It does not dissolve.
Oh. And you're like, and he writes.
Dude, just float there.
He writes it down. Okay. Does
Wait. So he speaks common, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to absorb the apples, but I want to burn the message into the apples. Okay.
Okay.
I just want to say hi in common. Just spell hi.
And then he waves his hand. Hi. And then the Kenku behind him goes, hi.
Let's go.
I dissolve everything except for the seeds, and I spit them on the table in front of the bird and walk away.
The bird scoops it up into a small bag.
That's right.
If I got a hold of an intelligence potion, would I be able to learn common?
It depends on the potion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Swallow all of it. Swallow all of it.
I will consume all the knowledge.
Because I'm like thinking, I'm like kind of thinking to myself as I have like a book and stuff, and I'm learning more about other things. It's like I'm privately while you guys are all doing the thing, and I'm following you.
Yeah.
I think when I see K2 again, I'm gonna be like, I want to learn.
So,
Teach me.
After a moment of studying, Ajad would be like, well, I thank you for the opportunity to study Pi, but I have to get back to the academy. And then he looks at Amelia. He's like, are you gonna be there at the afternoon class?
I feel so bad for him.
I know what's wrong with him. Quick me to heart this bitch and ask him.
and then so she says, I don't know, and he's like, oh, okay, well, I'll see you again. And then he starts walking away.
Just like, take care.
I feel like he's like wobbling to the side to side.
No, I mean, like he's swaying like ever so slightly, but it's very subtle. And then
Yeah.
So he walks away. So as you guys are now in the marketplace, you guys would see that there is a couple of guards that you guys haven't seen before. I mean, coming into this town, you didn't really see too many guards, but in this market area, you do see like 3 or 4 guards now.
Is this because I left the body?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh, I thought the school was coming after me. All right, we're good.
No. No. So
We're all underground criminals.
yeah, so yeah, you guys would see that they are investigating the incident that has occurred last night, and they are 2 of them. Excuse me. 2 of them are standing guard, as the other 2 are kind of asking like the homes and the civilians inside the homes if they've seen anything, and so far, as far as you guys can tell, they're still under investigation. But aside from that, would you guys like to do anything?
So I have a question. Let's just clarify this right now. We're in a marketplace with different kind of creatures, right?
Yes.
Even though we're in a mosh pit of different type of creatures, do we stick out a slime and a homunculus? Oh, I'm sorry, a
Chimera.
chimera.
Yes.
Okay.
Is anybody trying to like? Is anybody staring at us?
No. Everyone just seems to be walking by you guys because they're more interested in the products being sold rather than the people walking around.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the guards?
The guards again once more are just standing guard at the bodies, while other two are investigating by going into homes and asking if they've seen anything.
I'm gonna look at it and then like point, like kind of like tug Amelia's shirt, and then kind of point to it, and then like maybe try to say
Make
if I can.
yeah, make a.
What is she doing?
She's gonna try to say Keisu.
Oh, okay.
Make a performance check. So roll d20. All right.
That's not bad. Yeah.
So yeah, so being very fond of Keisu, she's Rory takes a deep breath and like kind of stutters a bit, but eventually you get the understanding that she is pointing at these bodies and saying Keisu.
We should go back over to Nook and Cranny then. I just take Roy's hand and head back to.
Well, I can understand you, so you don't have to take my hand. I can just nod.
Yeah. All right.
Ugh.
So you guys head back into Nook and Cranny. You guys go inside, and what was bustling before in the morning has now died down. You see like maybe like 2 or 3 different people in there. They're just kind of relaxing after like a long day of traveling. You do see that there is like dirt on their faces and everything. The first person you see is a female tiefling. She's kind of just like resting by the fire, once more with dirt on her face, still kind of refusing to take a shower, if anything. You guys will walk up to her, and I'm assuming you guys are gonna ask where's Casey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she would reply with, "Oh, she left like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, Will.
She spun the compass. I don't. She could be anywhere."
She spun the what?
What?
So, recalling from the morning, when all the Nook and Cranny members were standing by the map, they separated themselves into pairs of 2s and 3s, right? And then before leaving the guild, they took out a compass and spun the dial, and then left.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Pi, would you like to do
To
anything?
Casey's room.
So Pi just starts making his way to Casey's room. I'm assuming you guys will follow.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So Pi makes his way into Casey's room, dodging the bathhouse in between.
I don't like that place.
You
Oh,
guys,
because it's just full
For
of
my own
water.
reasons. For
Yep.
my own reasons.
yeah, you guys would see Casey's room once more. It's very organized, but a little bit empty. You would see on her desk several pictures of different creatures, one of which is actually being Rory, that she drew.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then that one stands on top of all of them. But yeah, her desk is there, her chair is there. She has a very small room. She seems to sleep on the floor in here.
There's no bed?
Nope.
Gasp. Even Rory had a bed. I'm just sniffing around, I guess, because I like Keisu.
Yep, this is definitely her room.
I'm just like, it's so clean.
Is there like a pile of blankets or something?
yeah. Just,
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like curl up on the pile of blankets and just enjoy the smell. I'm weird. I am an animal, so I'm not gonna deny that that's not things that animals do.
Alright, Pi, what are you doing? You're the one that wanted to come in here.
Yes. So Keisu takes extremely detailed fucking notes,
Yes.
in which we have all noticed.
Yes.
So, I'm going to go ahead and investigate the room and try to figure out a place that she hasn't discovered. Maybe, like where she would maybe go.
Okay. Okay, go for it.
You want to go?
Mhm. So, looking around, it's a fairly small room. There's not much place that you can hide. But what you do realize is the beam in the middle. There is a beam in the middle. That's the blue icon, or the pillar in the middle. That's holding that what seems to be holding the roof up. Has beams going across them. You'd have to climb up there just to see anything, but there's no light illuminating the ceiling. The ceiling seems to go deeper than what you can see.
Should I climb?
Alright, make athletics.
Oh, I don't have that.
It's just a ball.
You can't take back what you said. Do it.
Okay, natural 20, baby. Nope.
So Pi makes his way to this pillar, and it starts trying to wrap himself around it and slowly slide up. But he seems to just kind of go
Slide
around
down.
it. No, just
Oh.
yeah. And he's doing the motion to like go up, but he's not actually moving. He's just going around it.
So he kind of like absorbs the pillow at the bottom,
No.
and then
No, so he climbs up like this, and it just kind of goes like this.
oh, so like a snake, but not moving at all.
Yeah,
Exactly.
just kind of twirling around it, thinking
I'm
that
just
he's climbing up.
watching. I'm like, you need some help.
Looks around. Looks back at her. Up.
So there's a pillow in the room, right?
Yeah, a
That's
pillar.
real. I guess I'll try, and then I'm gonna roll for it.
Okay.
20, right?
Yep.
I pressed it when I roll.
Yeah.
I got 10.
Do I?
So yes, you would see this. So both Amelia and Pi seem to be trying to climb this pillar, but Amelia is having a hard time climbing up now that Pi has smothered his slime
Oh
on it.
yeah.
How tall is the pillar?
The pillar is roughly like 15 feet tall.
So this slime is like probably like I don't know up to 5 feet high
Yeah.
on the pillar.
Yeah.
I kind of noticed what they're trying to do. I'm gonna try to do the climb up it too.
Okay, right.
1 second.
Isn't
I'm
she
trying
like
to like.
hella taller than both of us?
I'm
Yeah,
like
she
7
is.
feet
Yeah,
tall.
she's 7 feet tall, yes.
Oh, that didn't work. I'm just clumsy today.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
there's like slime on the floor and I
No,
slip.
so you can easily reach over them, right? And you sink your claws into the wooden pillar, and you begin to pull yourself up. Not knowing that Pi is still circling around it, he smothers right through. Like he just kind of brushes your chest, and this gives you like this weird goosebump feeling, and you're just like, no, not doing that again.
Okay, okay. I got this. I pat Rory. Yeah. Thank you. I pat her.
Mhm.
And with this determined look on my face, I go, throw me.
Throw me
Oh no, to Amelia.
Not to you.
to you.
He did it in Draconic?
No, he's
No. I'm just saying throw me. And I'm like doing a stern. I know you don't understand me.
but he's
But
doing
like a determined look.
yeah, he's doing the motion where it's like you see two arms reach out of Pi as he kind of slowly but surely flings it upwards.
Okay, so I guess I kind of register, I think anyway. So I pick him up, and I kind of
It's
just
gonna
like
be interesting.
throw him upwards, like up directly.
Okay. So
Do I need to make a roll?
Yes, you do.
How
Do
do
I
you
have to make
do
a
the
save throw?
automatic thing again?
Press up.
Okay.
Up does the last roll you made.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, you know, being a slime, right? You kind of seep through Rory's claws, but then you being intelligent enough, you harden yourself a bit so that she has some surface to grab, and she takes a step back, looks up, and just chucks you into the air. You get about 10 feet up before you latch onto the pillar once more. You still got like another like good 5 feet above you to keep climbing.
Oh, she slides down.
Can I inchworm up?
like, make a roll, dude.
No, okay, let me secure myself here, okay? I want to go completely around the pillar
You need to make a roll then.
and slowly inch up. There we go.
What did you roll?
So Rory, after your attempt to get Pi up there, you chuck him and you hear as you see Pi wrapping himself around this pole, but then slowly start to inch back down. He gets about 3 feet down before you realize, yeah, he doesn't have a good grip on that.
I don't have hands.
And then eventually he just slumps down to the bottom and pancakes.
Can I try again? Since I could embed my claws in the wood.
Looking at the wood now, you see that it is completely covered in slime.
I point to Amelia.
So my claws won't help.
It will help a bit, but not as much as you think.
Point to Amelia. Throw her.
Oh my god.
No.
Amelia's just gonna slide down immediately.
But she's more solid
Since I
than
wasn't
I am.
affected totally by the slime the first time, I'm gonna try anyway, and this is either gonna become really funny or
Okay.
worse.
Oh no.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
I
There's a
have to
chance that
roll?
one of us will die
So,
right here.
Do I have to roll?
no. Rory's going up on her own.
Okay.
So Rory, determined to find out what's up there, stretches her hand so that her claws protrude as much as she can, and sinks her claws into the pole, into the pillar, and she starts raking herself up there. And then on the last one, she, before suddenly stopping and holding yourself upwards, you take a deep breath as you look down, and yeah, you're about 7 feet up. Okay, and then you slowly and then you eventually get up top, where you can now see that there are 4 different beams in a cross connecting to the pillar. You look upwards because you have dark vision, and you do see a door up there, a ceiling door, or an attic door.
By the way, guys, this was just fucking around. I didn't know there was actually something up here. Just throw that out there.
I'm gonna go ahead and go in there, I guess.
All right, so you reach up. I'm going to need you to make a quick dexterity check because you don't know what's behind it,
Okay.
or you don't understand how these things work. Also,
Yeah.
so, okay. So, I'm gonna roll damage here.
Oh god.
Okay, so as you open the door, a a ladder extends outwards towards you unexpectedly, especially for you. This ladder smacks you clean in the face. Boom! You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as this ladder slams into your face. But,
Clearly a bloody nose.
yeah, but yeah, you guys are here downstairs. A thud, and then but you move yourself out of the way, and the ladder extends downwards, and it only extends up to where you are standing on the beam, and then you take a deep breath as you gather yourself, and then you make your way up there, and then up there you do see a bed up there. You see that there's a window that can be seen, that is able to see outside into the front yard of the Nook and Cranny. In here you see several pictures of different creatures. Most of them are very, very majestic. These seem to be the one that Keisu is most interested in, that she likes to keep up here. You do see another door that is along the wall. But yeah, this seems to be where she actually sleeps. And you get the understanding that the only reason why there's like a small set of blankets down there is if she's too lazy to climb up this.
So she has like a secret attic up
Sadie.
there, right?
Yeah, kind
of. Hi, Asia.
So you see.
So are there like anything with notes, or are they just the drawings?
They're just. You do see some notes, but most of which you can't understand because you can't speak common. But
so a ladder pop out the hole, right?
Yeah. So
yeah, it hit me in the goddamn face.
She opened the attic door and the ladder just.
Ow!
Yeah.
I'm gonna climb up.
Oh.
No. Okay.
Pillars.
No. So she climbed up the pillar, right, which was 15 feet tall. And then once she stood on the beam, the ladder smacked her in the face, and the ladder only goes to where the beam is, so where she's standing. The ladder is like 5 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
In case you get up there.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, you do.
You said there's another door?
Yeah, so you see her bed that is crudely made. You see several drawings up here. You do see like a small chest where she does keep some of her other things, and yes, there is a door.
Can I see what's inside the chest? Does anything pop out to me that it'll help us find wherever she is, since I kind of get the idea that we're looking for her at this point?
You open the chest, and as you are opening, you hear a thing, and you're kind of confused, and you flip it all the way open, and you see that there is a thread that was connected to the chest that has now been ripped, torn.
Can I be concerned at this point because I feel like everything's a trap?
You don't hear anything. Like, you don't hear anything
Damn
activating
it.
or anything.
I thought you said I heard a thing.
No. I mean, like, after you heard the thing, right? You don't hear anything moving afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, looking into this chest, you see her clothing. She has a very, very simple taste. And then you do see like some bags, some weaponry, some arrows, and a whistle.
A whistle?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck's the whistle for?
Okay, I'm gonna start thumping against the pillar because I can no longer see her.
Yeah.
Like, can I pick up the chest?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just start throwing like anything that looks like hers down there. Because unfortunately, I'm still an animal, so I'm not going to pretend I understand the importance of things.
So she flips the chest over, and falling from the sky is you see a whistle smacking into the ground. you'd see some. Oh, I need you guys to make a dexterity saving throw to dodge.
All of
these
us?
things. Just the two downstairs, so you and Pi.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
As there are arrows in the chest.
Whoa.
Oh god, I hope I don't kill Amelia.
I got 16, I'm okay.
Okay, so Pi. I need. So you take 5 points of piercing damage
Oh.
and 6 points of lightning damage as this arrow sinks into you and just.
I take 11 damage altogether.
You take 11
Oh,
points of
God.
damage altogether, and
So pie.
then you would see this whistle clatter onto the ground. You would see a bunch of other weaponry smacking onto the ground. I'll be nice and say only the arrow hits you. And then fluttering downwards, you guys would see a dress, an elegant dress, just kind of fluttering down. It seems to be of a purplish tint. And then you would see some other clothing just kind of fluttering downwards.
Purple.
Yes. So what are you guys doing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
it. That's
So
it.
she throws down the chest, right?
No, she flipped the chest over and just started dumping stuff down the hole.
Oh, I'm just looking at all
Oh.
the stuff.
And some empty bags fall on the ground as well.
I'm just thinking Casey's gonna be so angry.
Okay, so you hear that, Rory?
And I'm like,
It's okay. I will tell them Amelia did it. And she likes me.
I hate you.
No. Again,
I
don't
just,
talk
I'm like, I kind of like pout a little bit, but then I move on because like I'm like, I didn't know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't understand what I don't really understand what I did, so I don't know why she'd be mad. And I go to the door. I'm gonna go through the door. Is it like a trap door too?
Looking from this side of the door, you do see that same silver thread attached to the doorknob to the floor.
The thread that was attached to the.
So the thread that was attached in the chest, in the chest. There seems to be another one that is attached from the door to the floor, and the door seems to swing outwards. So you would have to push the door open. If you turn the knob, you push the door open.
Because I'm suspicious of the first door with the ladder. I'm gonna like open the knob and like shove it, but like stay behind the wall.
So you once more you hear that thing as the thread gets ripped, and then you push the door open and you duck out of the way, and the door slams on the wall, and then closes again.
But the string's already broken, right?
Yeah.
So,
Strings already broken.
do I hear anything but on the other side of the wall?
No,
Should I make it check?
no. I'll just say no. You don't have to check. There's no-
Okay. I'm gonna go through the door now that I don't
Okay.
think something's gonna come out and punch me in the face.
So going through the door, looking through, you see a very, very large room with with a large desk in the center. You see that there's a scroll placed upon it, or placed across the desk, and there's a large rug underneath that desk. You see some portraits on the wall depicting these humanoid creatures. You see one human and one elf, and then another human. And then looking around, it's lit. You see some candle lights. You see some torches along the walls,
Mhm.
and then you would see a hallway that leads downstairs.
I'm
Watch
gonna
there'll
grab
be
this
an easier
scroll
door.
off the desk and I'm gonna like throw it down again.
So you grab this girl, you go back to the hole, and you guys would hear a fluttering of paper falling down.
At this time, I am
I'm
wearing
just looking at all this mess.
So what are you doing, Pi?
At this time, I am wearing the purple dress.
Okay.
I need to draw this.
Okay.
And I will be taking this piece of paper that's fluttering down.
Okay. Understanding common, you understand that this is a message from the queen.
Mm-hmm.
This is a confirmation of a deal. Nook and Cranny has to look for troops and report back to the queen with these troops for an oncoming war.
Okay, I am gonna take one of the bags and start shoving all the paperwork I can into one of the empty bags.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. While wearing
I'm
the
gonna
dress.
go down the hallway.
Okay.
Wait, she's already back down?
No, I'm still in the upper room. There's a hallway in it.
Yeah, so
Oh.
going down the hallway, you would see a door, double doors, very large double doors, and then you would see that same silver thread wrapped around the two doorknobs since they're right next to each other.
What is this silver thread? Oh my god. Can I smell it? Will investigating it do anything?
Yeah, go for it.
That's a D20.
Yep.
It smells like Keisu. So Keisu has put it here for some reason. But other than that, yeah, you don't know. It smells like Keisu though.
I'm still suspicious of the door, so I still do the same thing. I just take one and then I like push it.
No, this door swings inwards, so towards you.
Okay. I apparently fail at pushing it, and then I like pull it.
At first, you twist the knob, but then you get stuck. You understand that it's locked.
Oh, okay.
And then yes, does Rory know how to unlock doors?
No. I mean, I know how to break down doors.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I don't know
Casey's
if
gonna
I'm
kill
that
all of us.
interested.
So what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm thinking if I want to be so determined as to break down the door.
No, you've made it this far.
Yeah, why not? All right, I'm gonna try to break it down. So another D20.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So you take a step back, right? Climbing up maybe 10 feet up the stairs, and then you sprint as fast as you can towards the door to try to break it down, and then you realize something that clicks in your head. Wait a minute, Casey put this string here for a reason. And then you kind of hold back, and you try to stop yourself, but you still slam into the door, so you still hear a thump. But it's not as big as an impact as it would have been.
Uh-huh. Okay, I was expecting myself to get hurt. Alright, after thinking about that, I just go back down to Pi and Amelia.
Okay. So Rory makes her way back to the hole. Do you close all the doors behind you or no?
No, I don't care. I don't understand the purpose of doors.
Right. So then Rory slides down. And then you see Amelia, who's kind of just like looking at everything, and then you see Pi and Casey's dress.
I'm gonna laugh.
And I fill this dress nicely, by the way.
It's a snug.
I still think it's funny.
Yeah. So you guys have. Okay, so Pi is a slime wearing a fedora and now a dress. And
With a fancy slime.
and is now
I am
comparing-
genderless.
so
I just said fancy.
this bag that you now have, this empty bag, you would see that it is made up of a fine leather work. Like the leather is holding on very tightly, no water's getting through, and it's decorated with an assortment of shells.
So what are we looking at?
The one of the bags that Pi has wrapped around himself. That stuff. He stuffed all the paperwork inside.
So there's something in it?
No.
No,
It is a pretty bag.
It's a
With
very
shells on it.
Yeah.
With what?
So it's a very pretty bag. It's a
Uh-huh.
very pretty bag that was empty when it came down.
Uh-huh.
Pi picked it up and stuffed all the paper that Rory threw down into it. And it's
Did
now
anybody
right
do
there.
anything with the whistle?
No, the whistle's still on the ground.
I pick it up and start playing with it.
So Rory picks up the whistle, shakes it, hears nothing,
Licks it.
licks it.
Okay.
It tastes like bone.
Can I start like
Which is it?
not like gnawing and crunching on it, but just kind of like messing with it with my mouth,
Gnawing on it, basically.
All
but
right.
not hard. 'cause I
Yeah,
don't wanna
just
break it.
like kind of testing it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bone.
Do I ever like manage to like accidentally breathe out of it and notice it's a whistle?
It does make a interesting sound that kind of like scares you at first, but you try to recreate it and it just sounds broken because you're blowing through the wrong hole.
I just look at it.
Yeah, Amelia, do you
I just
wanna
put
do
it in my jacket
I'm just
pocket.
watching them take all this stuff.
Excuse me. I am nice. I'm putting all her research and drawings into a bag. I might take it, but I'd be nice
Oh,
with it.
it's not research. It was documentations of the Queen's orders. That's all Rory threw down. She left all the pictures.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I just dumped the chest and the one scroll because it looked important, I guess.
You said 2 bags fell. Is one the decorated one and is the other one a normal one?
Yeah, the other one is a beat up torn one. It's definitely seen better days. Why she keeps it, you don't know.
Oh. Now I just feel like an ass. I put both bags on the desk and walked out of the room. There's nothing here.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna continue just messing with the whistle. Are we all following Pi out now?
I'm falling by.
okay.
I have no
Okay.
interest in this stuff since they're not gems, so.
Okay.
Or jewels.
So, make a quick intelligence check, Rory. So, D20.
Oh, did they ever notice that I had blood all over my face?
No, they cleaned.
Yeah, they cleaned you all up.
Casey cleaned you.
Oh.
You were in
No,
the shower.
from the bladder.
The bladder?
The ladder.
Oh,
Oh.
right. You see that her nose is slightly.
Oh, no.
shifted. But yeah.
There's definitely blood coming out of it.
So, fiddling with it, it's gonna take you about 3 hours before you realize what you can do with it. Are you guys doing anything else?
I'm gonna rummage through the paper, see if I can find anything.
Okay.
I'm going to see if there's a library because I have not been exploring yet.
Okay.
I got 2. I don't see anything.
No, you got a 17. The 2 was Rory's last.
Oh, okay.
So, looking through the drawings, you look. Oh, that's just Rory. Toss it. Look again. Look again. You see other creatures. Yeah. What? She's seen something like this, and you see a golem.
What?
You see a golem, a creature made up of stone. But by the way she's drawing it, it's a walking gem.
I'm going to look for all the things I have to deal with it, and I'm pocketing it.
Okay,
If I wanted.
so taking down all the notes, you would know that this creature is found in the south, in the mountains to the south.
It's like, well, I know where I'm going now.
The Wina Fells. Wina, W-I-N-A. Fells.
Are you taking the notes with you?
Yes. I said I pocket them.
Oh, you pocket them. Okay, never mind. I thought you were taking down notes. Okay, you pocket them. All
Oh,
right.
taking down notes?
Yeah, I thought you were just like writing it down. But no, you're taking it. You're taking it.
She'll get the say after I get it.
Typical Amelia. Typical Amelia. Okay. So, yeah, so that happened. Pi, you go investigating, looking for a library.
Yeah,
you don't necessarily find a library, but you do find a storage unit where some books are taken accounted for. You do
Is Amelia just taking?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you were like
Oh,
right
hi.
next.
Oh, sorry. I put my headphones back in.
Yeah. Amelia just took a picture that shows a golem, a creature made up of stone. But the way
I know, but with Amelia's instincts, I wanted to know if she just started like storming off to go get it.
Probably.
Oh yeah, okay, so she starts running outside.
All right, I'm following her because, like, I like chuck the whistle and just like notice she left and like I'm following after as fast as possible.
Okay.
the whistle.
So Pi, you would have found this storage unit, and yeah, there's some books and a bunch of other materials that they seem to just be storing.
So, are these just random things that people bring from their adventures?
As far as you can tell, yes. Not necessarily
Oh, okay.
collectibles, but enough to dictate where they've been.
Oh, okay. So probably just grab something. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna investigate through everything and see if I can find anything that is seemingly close to what my class would like.
Okay, make a roll. 17. Okay, you definitely find remnants of a bone. Alright. In which case you just take it. You don't know what creature it belonged to, but it's there. And then you do eventually find an old dried up head. And then you take it.
And now I'm gonna go back to the room and immediately return the dress that I just realized I'm still wearing.
So you go back into the room, and you liquid form out of the dress. The dress
Do I see the whistle?
Yes.
I take the whistle because it is made out of bone.
Yes, you take the whistle, and you hear Amelia and Rory running out, and then I'm assuming you'll follow.
Yep.
Okay, you guys follow.
I'm gonna be going to my house and gather stuff.
Okay.
For my mission.
So Amelia and Rory are sprinting to the other house, and then as you guys enter, you see the guards that your family owns. They kind of look at you and like, hey, aren't you supposed, as you continue rushing upwards.
Like, nope.
And then Rory just dashed through it and then just rushes upstairs, and then Pi slowly just waddles in. And then they kind of look at you, Pi, and then I'm assuming you just wiggle.
My lady.
as you follow them upwards. Once you reach the attic where Bob, right? Bob is just kind of standing there.
It's not made yet, right?
Inactive, but nonetheless, you get up there and you're like, "Hi, Bob," and then you just
Add it and just gather
and then
everything.
you just start gathering your things, and then you put everything into a bag. You plop up, and then
I
you
still have my bag of holding, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then rushing upwards, you see Rory just kind of.
And I look back down.
And I'm assuming.
I push back down, go to the kitchen, write a note, say, I'll be back.
I'm just constantly trying to keep up with her.
Yeah. So you take out a piece of paper. You say, "I'll be back," and you slam it on the ground. and you hear your mother saying, "Oh, where are you going?" As she's in the kitchen.
Wait, my mother
Is in the kitchen.
I'm gonna get a giant golden golem.
That was a gem.
So,
Oh my!
and then she grabs you, and she flips you around. She's like, "Amelia,
I want it.
Amelia," and she has a very, very concerned look on her face, and then she pulls out a piece of paper. Take notes.
Dying.
I'll tell your father you're attending class. Come.
I love this so much.
Oh, wait. And then she takes out a little small bag of coins. She's like, "You're gonna need this to get across the lake."
Thanks, Ma. I go ahead and kick you out.
Alright,
I just kind of wave and then catch up with her.
yep.
She's like,
And then you
I just want to make this clear. As they're coming out, I'm just now getting to the house.
and then
I'm just like, come on, Pie.
I'm gonna pick up Pie because I like realized that I forgot him there.
and you pick
I
up
am slow, people.
so you pick up Pie, and you notice that Pie has this whistle within him as you pick him up, and you guys are following Amelia to the docks. You guys brush by.
He's
several
not like
people.
digesting the whistle, right?
No.
He's just holding it down.
Okay, as
Much-
long as he's just holding it. If he was digesting it, I was gonna try to take it.
Yeah,
from him.
much like the dried head and the other bone that's in him, which looks to be like a wing, almost like.
Hey, Sap, where'd you go? He was cuddling. with me.
Amelia rushes all the way down to the docks. In which case, Amelia, you being very young, you will take an exhaustion point. You are extremely tired from this, and so is Rory. Rory,
But it doesn't stop me.
you're also taking an
Wait,
exhaustion
I
point.
am.
Yeah, an exhaustion point. So what the exhaustion points? You can have a maximum of 5. Anything higher than that, you die.
Oh, okay.
Same D20.
So it's just like running a marathon kind of thing.
No. Yeah. No D20. It just happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just like
Because
you running.
yeah, you guys are sprinting back and forth in different areas, so it's just,
Moise, I feel like Mo's exhausted, but because she's just going back.
yeah, she's
Pushing
God,
her-
God,
Well,
come
I
on.
don't. I feel more like I'm confused more than anything because like my physical prowess is not like Amelia's.
Yeah. But
For one, my legs are probably a foot longer than her.
yeah,
So you make bigger strides.
then roll a D20 then. Roll a D20.
Me?
No, Rory.
Oh.
Oh God, I don't know what that means.
You got an exhaustion point.
Darn.
So you guys get to the docks.
I'm not waiting for you.
Yeah, you guys get to the docks, and then you guys would see,
How are none of us hungry yet? We've only had breakfast.
that's
You guys have only.
Oh yeah, I've just been eating all day.
that's another reason why I gave you guys exhaustion point.
An exhaustion point.
You guys are extremely tired. So you guys get to the docks. You guys would see the owner of the docks there, and then he sees you guys, and he's like, "I presume you guys want to leave."
Yes. And what was the place again? What was the name?
South.
Winnefell something.
Yeah, Winnefell. W-I-N-N.
I need to go to South Winnefell.
It's like, I can take you to the town nearest to there.
Yes, please. I just give him gold.
Yeah, you just give him the gold that your mom gave you.
I just give him probably 5 for all of us. I don't know how much is in there though.
I'm doing the calculations. Give me a moment. Yeah. That'll do. You just give him 5 gold. Okay. So he's like, oh, all right, yeah, okay, everyone, hop on, and you guys hop on, and then he takes you down the lake.
Adventure.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna.
I wish she liked that if she's got an extension point.
I think I'm gonna call it here because I don't.
Because Gem is not Gem. Gems are his horse powers.